Hello, my darlings. Hope you're all doing well. Bless you here. Welcome to this reading where we're going to be taking a look at the last stages of an important transformation you're going through. So if you are seeing this reading, if it has found you, there's no coincidence. There's something that your spiritual team wants you to know about your current path, your current transformation. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it is. This is option number 1 over here, option number 2, and option number 3. See which one you're most drawn to. Don't overthink it, and let's go ahead and begin. My lovely option number 1. Hi and welcome to your reading. Get comfy. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to do a little bit of an energy check-in so we can take a look at your energies, so we can take a look at the transformation that you are going through at this particular time. So of course you can make sure that this is the right reading for you. For quite a few of you, the current transformation has to do with an energy of lack of resources, loneliness, being unable to maybe have the money that you wish you could have, being, I want to say, almost forgotten by the universe. I'm seeing a lot of orphan energy over here as well. Most probably not being surrounded by people who make you feel at home, who make you feel good. But there's also a very strong indication of lack. And over here you are sitting here with your 5 pentacles and saying, look, this is so unfair. This is so incredibly unfair. And it's been with you for quite some time. Because with the Knight of Pentacles, it seems that you're putting in effort, you've been trying to do things, but it doesn't seem to pay off. It doesn't feel like you're getting what you deserve. You tend to be quite generous, or you used to be, when it comes to your resources, emotions, with your time. You would always be the one who people would come for help, for some sort of guidance, advice, but it feels like it wasn't given back to you. Because here, my darlings, honestly, it's just this energy. I keep on hearing it's not fair. And here your ears were up, yeah? So you had some sort of energy. Now the ears are down. You might be lacking energy, lacking motivation, lacking direction. And you have a big heart. You have such a beautiful heart over here. And there's a very big lack of somebody who is going to give you similar energy, who's going to match your energy. For a lot of you, I'm seeing that you're not even so much about finances, that you're not, I mean, it's a problem, but it feels like you just want to be a parent, you just want to be a wife or a husband, you just want a family. You don't want any of that other bullshit. You would prefer, for quite a few of you, like I see, a more traditional way of maybe building a family. Some of you want to be a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad. Work because you want to do something, because you want to create something, not because you feel like you have to. And you would prefer a man in your life to take care of the financial side. And right now I feel for a lot of you, you feel like you missed out on a certain opportunity, or maybe multiple opportunities. And that sounds like you, my darlings, keep on watching. And let me see, what is this important transformation? What is this last step? What do the cards want you to know? Look beyond the words to hear what is really being said now. Something you don't want to hear, something that you can't hear. You see, this last stage of transformation has a lot to do with the unknown. Embrace the unknown with curiosity, letting each journey shape your path and wisdom. And it's almost like you don't want to hear it. Because the universe is pushing you into the unknown, is pushing you into something new. You might have been seeing some sort of, like an ad for some sort of location, or a particular landscape has been following you on the internet, or, on ads and things like this. A particular place, a particular location. But there's a lot of resistance that I'm sensing inside. Ignite the flame of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst the shadows of fear. And the mountain of mastery, you've outgrown something or someone. But the big problem over here, they're saying, is that in order to climb the mountain, in order to do something, you need energy. And right now you just don't have that energy. Ascend towards self-realization with triumph, guided by the stoic presence of the Mastery Mountain pathway. For quite a few of you, my darlings, you're meant to become the person you always wanted to be deep inside in a different place. And I keep on saying the problem is right now you don't have the energy. Because in order to ignite the flame, to travel, to walk up a hill, let alone climb a mountain, you need energy. And with the Five of Pentacles, this is the card of not having an energy. This is the card of not having the resources. And a lot of your resources are being taken by your family. Whether they're alive or not, whether you have contact with them or not, they're saying, look, it's as if in this energy of constantly having to hear their thoughts, their desires, their projection of who you are, you're not hearing yourself. And you're tired of constantly having to fulfill somebody's plan for you. You're doing it, a lot of you, you're doing it subconsciously. But the problem is, they're telling me, it's fated for you to rise up, to build a very wealthy, healthy, beautiful relationship somewhere outside of where you were born, or somewhere outside where you are right now. No two ways about it. You're meant to leave, you're meant to explore other worlds. And this is part of your big, big transformation. So let me see what advice they have for you, so that you get the resources, that you get the... Yeah, look at this. At the bottom of the deck, I have the Two of Cups for you. The energy. Oh, and the Nine of Pentacles. Oh my God. There's something about you guys getting a lot of money through collaboration with a person whom you're going to love, and who's going to love you. Money comes from a partnership over here. So it's either you're going to end up working, like I said, because you want to work, not because you need to work, or there's some sort of stable financial income coming from your partner who's going to be able to support you and maybe help you with finances and things like this. And maybe you've been conditioned to believe that that makes you vulnerable, that makes you dependent, or that's frowned upon because you always have to be independent or whatever. But some things work for some people, some things don't. And it's absolutely okay for you to want to live in a particular way. It's your choice, it's your life, it's your consequences. But what I'm seeing over here is that you'll be wise enough to choose a partner who's not going to let you down. And you'll be wise enough not to put yourself in a position where you can be controlled or, made to feel inferior in any way or another. But I'm definitely seeing relocation over here. So what can you do now? They're asking you to, first and foremost, work on the whispers. This has to do with meditation, this has to do with therapy, this has to do with freeing yourself up. This has to do with believing in yourself. And afterwards, they're telling me take a chance. Because with that page of... I'm so sorry, guys. I got so scared with that drill. But anyways, what I was saying, with the King of Wands and the Page of Swords, those are the energies of taking a leap, of taking action. So for now, they're saying, listen to the direction. And once the direction is clear, once you are getting your energy back, you will know exactly where to go. You will know exactly what to do when it comes to money, finances. You will find the way. Where there's a will, there's a way. For now, find the will. The way will come to you. And this is your very big transformation of separation from your parents, separation from your past life. Doesn't matter how old you are, trust me. Separation can, for some people, it never happens, even if they're in their 60s or 70s. But it's very important that you see yourself as a separate person with your own desires, wishes. And that brings you so much love, and it brings you abundance. And like I said, that energy of being able to relax and get out of that, Five of Pentacles, that difficult energy of lack, of feeling like the world doesn't have enough for you when it really does. All right, my amazing option number 1, that's what I see for you. Hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If you're up for a personal one, all you gotta do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below this particular reading. Take care of your beautiful selves, guys. Bye. My amazing option number 2. And welcome to your reading, guys. If you're drawn to this particular deck, get comfy. Let's do a little bit of an energy check-in so you guys can make sure that this is the right reading for you. Already sensing such a strong connection to astrology, to the positioning of the planets, to the night sky. Maybe some of you might even have tattoos or certain jewelry that has to do with a particular star sign, a particular constellation. There's something very beautiful and celestial about you. Let's go ahead and take a look at your transformation. Expansion. Tired of being the one who has to deal with everything, tired of being the one who has to be the responsible one. So for quite a few of you, it feels like you were the older child. And you don't seem to get much help from people or the universe. If you are a woman, being in the Emperor energies has a very big shift when we're talking about your feminine energies. You got used to it, but it's still difficult. You know, sometimes you walk for so long, your knees ache, your feet ache, but you don't seem to notice the pain anymore. It's always like there's no end point to your struggle, to your determination. You keep on trying to make yourself better. You keep on trying to achieve, overachieve, but you're not noticing the pain, you know? You've just bandaged something and then you're walking. You're doing something. You're swimming, you're traveling, you're dealing with very difficult things. But I just want to stop like this reading and give you guys a big hug, because this is a very, most of the time, a lonely road, and it's a very difficult road. For quite a few of you, maybe you traveled to quite a few countries, and you might not know who you are and what you truly want. There's no destination, there's just the path. There's just the way, there's just the road. Looking for home. I don't see Sorry about that, darlings. I don't see stability over here. I see stability and instability. You've learned to adapt that you don't even notice how uncomfortable you are, how much your body, mind, and soul need some very, very deep TLC, tender, loving care towards yourself. Even if you're going to the gym, you tend to push yourself too hard, too much. Very harsh expectations of yourself, very high expectations of yourself, most probably coming from a father figure. Some of you, you're divorced over here. Some of you might already have children. A big desire to be loved and accepted, but it's as if you had to jump through hoops. And you adopted this way of thinking that you have to jump through hoops and always be the best version of yourself, to always overachieve, to be good at everything. And you're a giver as well. You're overextending yourselves over here, guys. I almost want to say, did you ever get to be a child? Did you ever just get to have fun, chill, explore? Or were you always the responsible one, the hyper-responsible one, micromanaging the universe? But deep down, there's a lot of fear. Deep down, there's a lot of fear. Fear that you won't be able to achieve something. Fear that you won't be able to be the first, the best at something. That you won't be chosen. And imposter syndrome is coming in over here. My darlings, again, a big, big hug. So, if this is you, you have probably recognized yourself already. And you know what the interesting thing is, my lovely option number 2? It feels like a lot of you have been trying to change. Maybe to give yourself more rest. But the subconscious program still keeps on running. It still doesn't allow you to rest internally. It still doesn't allow you to let go of the fear and the anxiety. But you know, I have some good news over here for you, because it feels like they're saying, look, it's enough is enough. Like literally, enough is enough. Stop punishing yourself. We've got the emerging dawn. We have the feather of hope. It's as if they want you to go into softer energies. And you're like, Bliss Lily, I can't. I have to control everything. Everything is on my shoulders. Grasp the feather of hope, a delicate symbol of upward promises and uplifting future. But you see, you guys don't want the feather of hope. You guys want, that cold hard cash. You want some gold. The feather of hope is not enough for you. Because you've become so practical and maybe at times cynical. But this aspect of hope is incredibly important to you. You're very afraid of letting go of that old way of surviving, of functioning. But there is no prize in the way that you live your life right now. It's just a little dopamine hit, a little dopamine hit, a little dopamine hit, but there's no actual satisfaction. And somewhere deep down, you were like, maybe if I tried, maybe. But your spiritual team is saying, look, you're just going to tire yourself out. It's like constantly trying to drive in a car without servicing it, without, changing the brakes, without putting the good fuel in it. It's going to run for some time. And you, my darlings, are much more complex than a car. There are so many unfulfilled wishes and needs that I'm seeing that you're sometimes even afraid to hope. You're afraid. You're like, yeah. It's all good. But, can't pay for bread with hope. Shape the sculptures of self, honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. You see, in this whole thing, you don't really get to know you. You get to know only the one version of you, the version of you that's a warrior. But there are many more aspects to you. Many more aspects to you. They're asking you to bring balance. Like I was saying, there's something that's hurting that you don't see, that you wish not to see, that you choose to work hard on other things, but you're not seeing something that needs to be mended. Be compassionate and kind to yourself as you heal your heart. I bet you guys are one of those people who are extremely understanding towards others, but you tend to over-criticize yourself. Like you believe in others, but you don't necessarily believe in yourself. Because there is no equilibrium. This is what they're saying. In order for this transformation to take place, and this transformation is going to take you into a different direction. That feather of hope is going to be weighing more than the cash, the gold, the whatever, because it has more potential in it. And on this scale, I want to put acceptance from someone, praise from someone. It seems like you're not giving it to yourself. It needs to come from a particular person or a group of people, and they don't seem to give it to you. There's a part of you that's screaming out, that's crying, please pay attention to me, please mend me, please create that balance. A part of you that wants to love, a part of you that wants to have fun, a part of you that wants to feel as light as the feather. It's quite interesting. They're saying sometimes you need to be as light as the feather for the winds to take you in the right direction. There's so much meaning to that. Sometimes you need to be as light as the feather for the winds to take you in the right direction. Allow the winds of fortune to guide your sails, maneuvering through life's opportunities and challenges with adaptability. So when we're talking about the Emperor is so much about stability, guys. The Emperor is not about adaptability. It's difficult for him to adapt. It's difficult for a man or a woman with this energy to adapt. They're used to a particular pattern. They're used to a particular system. But the feather is quite adaptable. It can go in each and every direction. But it's that energy, again, like I said, of not just allowing the winds to take you in any direction, but it's about releasing control. You guys, you have control like this. But it will end. That's the thing. They're saying, look, the wind is coming. Are you ready to become a feather? Are you ready to go with the wind? Are you ready to be brave? Seek guidance. Seek guidance from trusted friends, mentors to help you along. Maybe you would benefit from a personal reading. Who knows? But whatever you feel, you need to know this particular moment. And you're ready to hear it, really hear it. Ask, because this transformation is so much about giving you hope. It's so much about changing that pattern that makes you feel like you're here as As a function, not as a person. Because your soul is saying, look, I need to break. Again, you're giving me the Emperor. I feel a lot of you, you're like, Blush Lily, you know what? I've been shown by my father or a father figure the way things need to be done. I need to prove to my father. I need a lot of father energy. I need to be the third. No, look. I need to prove. Oh my God, look. I feel, for quite a few of you, it's more difficult for you to be in a relationship than it is to create a business, to run a business, to do whatever. It's the love aspect that needs work. It's the love in relationships, especially if you had a cold father that would only praise you if you got good grades or went to a certain school or whatever. It's the love aspect. Through that transformation, you're healing the love. And I'm going to say aspect for like the 10th time, because it's incredibly important. Love for yourself and being able to relax in that love, being able to stop chasing, being able to take away the points that you need to, cross out, the conditions that you need to meet in order to feel loved. So difficult for you to feel loved, guys. To feel that you're good enough, to feel that you deserve love. You don't have to deserve love, If a person loves you, they'll love you. Trust me. You don't need to deserve it. And you always felt like you had to deserve it. And you went, and it was manifested through doing rather than feeling, rather than just being. That's what I was saying, if you ever got to be a child, because the child is when we get that unconditional love, the childhood. This incredibly rare, pure, unconditional love that comes from our parents. You never got to be the child. So now you got to be the child that you will learn to love. Just because you exist. Not because you did something well. Not because you went somewhere, did something, got something, earned something. Just because you are. Just because you have a nice, beautiful nose. Just because you have a lovely smile. Just because your presence alone in the universe makes it a much better place, regardless of what anybody's going to tell you. Your presence alone in the universe is a gift. It's a beautiful miracle. So this very powerful transformation is going to shift your perspective. And I definitely wouldn't expect this to happen in a week or maybe not in a month. It's a lifelong pattern that you're going to have to change. And sometimes you'll be tempted to go back to your Emperor energy. And this is for men and women. But you see, if I'm being completely honest with you, and if you guys are being completely honest with yourself, we all need love. We all need to be accepted. We all need to be whatever. But it's easier, usually, for a man to embody this Emperor energy. For a woman, she needs to be in the Empress energy in order to feel completely connected with herself. So even though, like I said, it's difficult for both genders to be in that energy of conditional love, it's one step closer for the divine masculine to go into a healthy, upright emperor, but it's a little bit more difficult for a lady to go into her, for the divine feminine, to go into her empress energy. So what's the advice over here? Stop fighting, stop competing with others, stop comparing yourself to others. They're saying it's like a hamster wheel. It's a big thing. Stop comparing yourself to others. There's something very unique about you. And as soon as you embrace it, they're telling me you're still going to progress, but in a different way. In a much lighter way. Yeah? 10 of Wands be gone. And a beautiful feather. Beautiful feather. And it will make you also feel better, make you feel more lighthearted, more open to things that don't necessarily have to be extra productive. Just having fun, just enjoying your presence here on earth. And allowing yourself to be that beautiful child that doesn't have to earn love. I'm giving you a big, big hug, my darlings. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you're up for a personal one, all you gotta do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below this reading. Alright guys, take care now. Bye. My amazing option number 3, and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy. If you're drawn to this particular deck, let's do a little bit of an energy check-in so you can make sure that this is the right reading for you. Tell me what your transformation is about, or maybe how you're just feeling right now, if you don't know why it's all happening to you. And again, I have givers over here. You can solve 1,001 problem for others, but it feels like people don't really want to do this to you. You're an amazing friend. Right now, you might be going through a cognitive dissonance where you're like, what the hell? I'm nice to people and they're shitty to me. I'm nice to people, I've been helpful, I've been good, I've been pure, and people are taking it for granted. A lot of issues with boundaries I'm seeing over here. Also, you find it very difficult to connect to people on a deeper level, because the wisdom within you, it feels like it's infinite. You could be into tarot, you can be in a lot of other things that make you incredibly connected. But it feels... Hold on a second, there's something else that I'm reading over here. Yeah, you can't connect, and there's also something about regrets. Something maybe about your past that you regret. Something you haven't done or have done. Maybe a particular way you had to survive. That isn't necessarily aligned with who you are or who you wanted to be. There's an internal conflict. Can't seem to reach your desires, can't seem to, like there's some sort of blockage. Some of you, you're wondering whether you have some sort of hex on you, whether you have some sort of curse. A lot of internal loneliness, feeling misunderstood. You'd rather talk to animals, you'd rather spend time with animals, you'd rather talk to your spiritual team. You feel like you're not from this earth, you feel like you don't belong. Either you're in a different, in a wrong era, or you just feel like you don't belong here on earth. You're finding it very difficult to understand people. Looking for your soul family, wanting a family, wanting closeness. Looking forward to it, but at the same time, maybe not always being sure that this is something that you're going to get. Yeah, big desire for family. Most probably didn't have a family of your own, or it wasn't supportive, it wasn't nourishing. For some of you, a scapegoat energy that's coming in. A little bit of a trigger warning, but maybe you were bullied when you were younger, both in your family and in school. But you're a lover, not a fighter. disappointed with your wins. Didn't get you what you needed, didn't get you what you wanted. People might have a very different perspective of you from the outside. That you're a winner, that you've achieved a lot, that you're quite strong, but deep down it feels like you're dead inside. Okay, that sounds like you, my darlings. Keep on watching. Let's go ahead and take a look. Interesting, you are the only option where the death card actually came through, where the transformation card actually came through. So let me see what your transformation is about, what it will bring. That one last step before it's completed. Sky of clarity literally jumped out. Soar, soar into the boundless sky of clarity, where insights as infinite as the azure expanses. So I'm definitely seeing expansion for you, and less clouds, less rain, less grayness, more sun, more positivity. I like the mirroring effect. This is a very good indication of finally creating a balance of give and receive between people. One last move. I think this is what I'm going to call the reading. That one last move. You have come far on your journey. Keep going, and you will soon see what you have accomplished. I want to say a lot of you've been thinking that you're moving in the wrong direction. No, you have been going in the right direction. It's just that your path is definitely not one of the easy ones. Because you're looking for depth, you're looking for rare, authentic connections. And they are quite rare. It is what it is. The more awakened we become, the wiser, the smarter we become, the more difficult it is to build connections. And that's the truth of it. The more self-respect and the more love you have for yourself, the more difficult it is to find people who will match that energy. And now you've come to realize that you've been giving too much to the wrong people. And you weren't asking for too much in return, you were just asking the wrong people. And you will have your happiness here on earth, and yes, in this lifetime. Because while you're walking on this shore, the members of your soul family are walking on some other shore, maybe on the other side of the island, and they're walking a very similar path. And you're going to end up in relationships where you don't have to lower your standards, where you don't have to compromise all the time. Embrace the frost of stillness, wherein in the calm of the icy pause, reflective clarity is found. So we have the clarity and we have the clarity over here. Again, option number 3, you are the only option for today. That actually got a little bit of a hint when we're talking about the timing. For you, I'm seeing spring. This is a timeless reading. So it's either going to happen during the springtime for you, March, April, May, or it will also feel as if your soul is waking up from having been frozen. Because all of that ice then turns into this beautiful water. That cleansing, fresh, gorgeous water. Divine timing is at play over here, absolutely. So it's not like you've been doing anything wrong, guys. It really isn't. And the past that you might be very harsh on yourself for was part of that process. Be patient, for some things take time to manifest truly in your life. I know a lot of you are rolling your eyes and like, Lily, come on. I know we all want yesterday, like things to come to us yesterday. But you can't hear all the notes of the symphony simultaneously. It would just be chaotic mess. The beauty of the symphony is that each and every note is in the perfect place. And without your past, without the difficulties, the ups and the downs, the symphony wouldn't sound the same. It would be missing notes. And the universe doesn't like empty spaces. And for you to feel the fulfillment, you had to feel each and every step of the path that you took. In order for you to become who you are, you had to walk each and every step. And as a matter of fact, you're moving towards mastery, the self-realization. And right now you might be stuck in the cloud of the unknowing, but it's leading you towards clarity. You got the spirit link because of your connection to the divine. You are internally, you might not realize it, but you're actually seeing the light of that lighthouse, of that spiritual lighthouse that leads you out of the darkness. Stay aligned with your highest dreams and ideals to find success. Let it be so, my darlings. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If you are up for a personal one, all you have to do is send me an email. The email is in the description box below this reading. In that same place, you will find the link to my Patreon page with over 250 exclusive videos, ad-free content, additional discounts on personal readings, and much, much more. Take care of your beautiful selves, guys. Bye.